Well, you don't really find like a detailed book about dragons or anything, but you do find an old book of fairy tales.
I can do that for now. Just gonna research certain monster body types and whatnot.
Okay. You want to basically spend the rest of your day examining the podium.
Yes.
So go ahead and make an Arcana check.
That's 14.
Now, that doesn't really tell you much on the first check, but I will say, last time I wanted to slightly retcon something with the arena on the floor. I initially said there were 6 in a circle and 2 off to the side. And instead, after going through the classes and making a bunch of adding the colors and smells, I decided it's just all 8 are in the circle with the 1 in the center still. So
Okay.
It's not really a major change, just a slight alteration on the pattern. So, with that first roll, really all you can tell is that the pattern around the podium base is similar to the one on the first floor.
I take a brief moment from doing that, and I ask Fenris
These are cute.
to stand on the podium that we figured out was a transmutation for thaumaturgy.
Yes, but first, during your first portion of the day, Fenris, go ahead and roll for your timing, and we'll say you're practicing with a bow. How a dexterity saving throw? How about that to practice? Actually, no, acrobatics. That's dexterity. You're practicing your archery.
9.
Your first hour didn't go so well, but then Retoris comes to you and asks a favor.
That's not a Naga. They dumb.
Yeah.
That's a Lima?
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
It's not a Naga. Nagas are just a snake body with a human face. They don't have arms.
Anyway, I asked Fenris to cast thaumaturgy a few times while I go upstairs and examine the podium.
Sure.
Fenris, would you like to stand in the circle known to be read as transmutation, or would you like to stand in the center, known for being universal?
Which one did you ask me to do? Do you want me to stand in thaumaturgy?
I'll ask
Or
you to
the transmutation?
I'll ask you to do one and then the other a few times.
Okay. I'll stand in the transmutation one first. I'll give it a minute or so for him to get upstairs.
I just wanted to double check that I wrote down that yes, it was transmutation. Okay, so when you stand in the circle, you wait a few minutes for him to get upstairs, and you're first in the transmutation circle. You cast your spell, and like the previous 2 days ago, the circle lights up orange for a few seconds and then fades.
Okay. I'll cast it a couple times, just doing little shit. I can use it to change the color of my eyes, so I'll just do that a couple of times. I'll wait 20 seconds in between each cast.
Each time you cast it, yes, Jill?
Sorry, I just was looking up mythical creatures, and I just made the stunning realization there was a mythical creature I never thought it would exist. So you know centaurs, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know hippocampus, right?
Yeah. Is there a fusion of them, means?
Ichthyocentaurs! They're hippocampus mermaids! Fuck! Ah! So cool, sorry.
Well,
They look really fucking weird, though, I want to see. Here, I'll look up a better one. This is just a little chibi version.
But yes, each time you cast it while in the transmutation circle, it lights up orange for a few seconds and then fades.
Okay. After...
On your end, while on the third story, every 20 or so seconds you see one of the circles light up orange slightly and fade after a few seconds.
Even on the center one, or is that only whenever he's doing on the transmutation circle?
He's currently been on the transmutation one.
After about the third cast,
They're so cool!
so after a minute, or the third time that I cast it, I actually use it to yell out, I'm going to switch to the middle symbol now.
When you're actually using it to yell out, you see the other Needle Blight, whose name you haven't learned, poke his head out of one of the studies.
Bullshit, we didn't. Oh no, wait, that's the name of the dead one, isn't it?
There's another.
Yeah,
They're only one
the
of
dead
the
one
three
was
is dead.
Looker.
Yeah.
Damn it! Why didn't we ask this dude to see? We should ask all of them their names.
Because this
They've
was the
been
one that was
kind.
really like off-putting with everybody. I think I was the only one that interacted with him.
But
He just kind of like
all
walked
these
away.
dudes have been kind and helpful. We should ask them all their names.
I'm not saying you can. I'm just saying I'm not doing it.
But
Alright.
then he goes back into his room, and you can hear this. It echoes through the tower.
As he comes out, I just like I'm sorry. Just doing some experiments here. And then I walk to the middle and I do the same thing. I just cast it like 3 times, just changing the color of my eyes back and forth.
And the sensor universal circle lights up orange for a few seconds on both ear ends. For you, it's around the base of the podium. It lights up orange for a few seconds.
Whenever the podium is lit up, I put my knob on the podium.
It doesn't seem to have anywhere to put the knob into.
I feel for that
But
hole.
it still feels the pull there. Like it wants to go somewhere, but it can't.
I say this podium is attached to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way to turn it or twist it or anything. There's no mechanical operation of it if possible on it. It's a completely solid piece.
Seems that way.
Fuck it.
That's not how you play.
That's not how you play.
Hasbro never meant for this. Actually, I don't even know if that's from Hasbro. Who makes?
I guess I'll put my knob near the floor or here inside the circle.
As you,
Stop dying.
as you are placing it near the floor, trying to find somewhere to put it, that pole is no longer there. It's not trying to go anywhere.
Put it near the base of the podium.
Once again, you're getting the same reaction.
Same amount of pull.
None. No pole.
It was only near the top of the
Only
podium.
near the top of the podium.
I stand on top of the podium.
You are standing on top of the podium.
Don't break it.
I kind of experimentally kind of move the thing up and down, see if I feel pull anywhere.
You only start to feel the pole when it's a few inches above the podium.
All right, I'll just place it on top,
Okay.
and then I'll turn it.
You place it on top, you turn it. It's standing on its own, but seemingly nothing happens.
I turn it and pull it.
Ben, he already told us we can't solve this puzzle.
Bop it.
Bop it. I bop it.
Flick it.
Twist
it.
Pull it.
Fuck it.
That's not how bop it works.
Your
Instructions confusing. Dick stuck in pedestal.
seems to not be working at this time.
You feel a weird pull.
So, you guys are spending some time doing that.
Sometimes fucking a pedestal.
Goal, did you have an idea what you want to try next?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Wait, what's going on?
Did you have something you wanted to try next?
So I got parts and I got a book full of mystical creatures. That's all I found.
Yeah, so far you got a book of fairy tales.
What kind of?
is the one that makes bop.
Yeah. So, like, what kind of creatures am I looking at here? I just, like, open to the first most random 4-legged creature.
That's not
That's not
four-legged.
four-legged.
You find a dog. That's not four-legged either.
I don't think it's gonna find a different.
There, what?
That's four-legged. Those are both technically four-legged.
Is that a hook horror?
One is, yes.
Are any of them cute?
The hook horror isn't, I can tell you that.
Oh, that fucking homunculus is kind of cute.
Let's see here.
Why is a homunculus four-legged?
It can be on all fours. It's based, you know, Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah.
This thing's
Technically a
tiny.
homunculus.
Stitches?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Because he was created by a scientist.
Mm-hmm.
He's technically a
Dr.
homunculus.
Jumbo Jukiba.
Stitch. Don't sue us, Disney. We ain't got money. You ain't gonna get
Do
nothing.
they own D&D yet?
No.
I
Wizards of the Coast?
Yet.
give them time.
They're working on it.
Well, I mean, by them acquiring Marvel, they got, like, the last fan base that they needed to go towards.
So here's the funny thing. If you were to make something
Because
based
they
off
own,
this
like,
creature,
fucking Lifetime and ESPN
it would
and
be
all
the
kinds
size
shit.
of the creature.
Perfect!
Because this homunculus is a tiny construct.
That's fine. Technically made one.
Okay, yeah, if you want to try it. Now, since this didn't follow the instructions you had already written, you're going to have to create your own.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it's
I
gonna,
figured as much. That's why I was studying its body shape.
it's going to take an hour to attempt to write the instructions, and if you're successful, you can attempt to build it.
Gonna attempt to build it. Oh. Wait, no, I have to attempt to make instructions
You
first.
gotta make the instructions first.
Can I roll again? Wait, oh yeah, what would I be rolling
It would
in the
be
first place?
Arcana as you're trying to decipher what you know and create something new.
9 then.
Your hour of attempting is fortunately wasted. You were not able to get it on the first try.
I try again.
Alright. Back to you two then. An hour has passed of you testing, trying to get this doorknob to do something, and nothing's come of it.
I cry deeply in frustration.
You hear sad sobbing echoing through the tower.
Somebody working on that pedestal again?
I'm gonna.
And we'll say that during this day, Mundy's kind of out in the garden. He's reading a prayer book.
Okay.
A prayer book? I thought he was like... I thought he
He's a clown.
what, I can't think of the word. Gave up on his religion, essentially.
Did he?
I think he was joking when he said, "Your religion, the door."
Praise the door.
But we'll have to wait until he can join us again to find out if that was true or not. Maybe he's making a prayer book about the door.
Since I hear this hard sobbing, I'm just gonna use my thaumaturgy to raise my voice and be like, I'm gonna go back outside now. And I walk outside.
He'll let you have your private moment.
You're welcome. As I go outside, I want to go into the garden and investigate the graves again and check out that flower that's or starting to grow. I shouldn't say bloom.
Let's see here. You've been here for 2 days.
But it's actually been 100 years outside of this area.
We go back to town and
Town's gone.
Marvin is like fucking dead.
His great grandson.
Mystic Marvin hasn't been here for years.
To the fucking
I'm Mystic Marvin the 14th. Nice to meet you.
My
This is a
grandfather.
family business.
My grandfather told me about you. He said you were a bunch of assholes and stole a stein.
Also, he said there was like 60 gold pieces and it's been building up interest for years. You owe us a shit ton of money.
You owe us a magic
You owe him
tower. No, I don't think so. We didn't buy anything
money?
technically.
You have like 20 gold, you have like 3, and Mundy has 10 or something.
Yeah, I
You have to
have.
start selling money.
I'm gonna try to make us money, damn it. I'm making toys for a reason.
But since money is in your mind skull, and Climb seems to be spending a lot of time in your area, you can make a perception.
On my money, on my money, on my mind.
Ah, not 20!
Can you perceive if he's still mad at me?
Who?
About climb.
Oh.
Okay. 20.
If you put that in there, maybe. That shit.
So
no.
you see a
I
few
don't care.
patches on his
I got
cloak.
insurance.
Some of them seem to look like they have symbols of gems on it. One seems to look like coral, an opaque crimson color. One looks like spinel, a deep green. And the other one looks like pearls.
Color pearls.
Just the white pearls.
Okay. Are you going off my chart?
No, I had to roll for what's all on the cloak.
Oh.
And
But
that's
those,
why-
do you know how expensive some of those are, though?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
I know. I am well aware that they're each worth 100 gold.
Okay.
It's just that's what the item provides. And I rolled it randomly. But Finrose was headed back outside to resume
Shook a
training.
carbonated drink.
No, it's okay. I can't see how well we're doing, though.
What are you trying to do?
We good. Don't worry about it.
Were you afraid it was shaking up or something?
Oh, I did shake it up. Actually, that's really good like that.
Because it doesn't have like any flavor.
No, but it like takes some of the twang away from this normally, though.
It does.
It's not bad.
That's why I said this was better, is because it actually
Take
does
some of the twang
flavor.
away.
You went back outside to resume training. You can go ahead and roll.
I went outside to
right, you went to the
investigate these graves.
Right, and I was looking that up when Jill mentioned the money was on the
That's
mind.
not mine.
Got my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
Yes. Actually, you notice that the plant on the first grave is a bit bigger now, and perception.
Dude, I need to get in this $5 shave kit, man. Dude,
7.
they make
What,
it for
$5
girls
shave club?
now.
Dollar Shave
It's
Club?
too subtle for
They
you.
make them for girls now. I mean, girls ordered them anyways, but I think they realized girls were ordering them, so they're like, fuck it.
But as you were spending some time in the garden, you do notice that some of the twig blights are... There's usually around 3 hanging around this area, but more of them seem to be heading towards the garden.
Are they heading towards a specific part of the garden, or are they all just tending to the garden?
They seem
A lot
to
of
be
potatoes.
culminating
Potatoes.
around
They're
you.
cats.
They're shaped like potatoes.
So around
They're
me
cats.
specifically, or around the area that I'm in?
Around the area you're in, but you just happen to be right there.
Okay.
Skull, as you notice these 3 particular patches on Climb, he begins to actually get up and start heading for the door.
Who?
Climb.
He just gets up and goes to the door?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep working.
Alright.
Can I try again?
Yes.
Yeah. I see 17.
Yes, you are able to, over the next hour, make instructions that you feel are confident enough to progress in building this creature.
Word.
Taurus, were you doing anything over this hour?
I guess probably just walking around, essentially. Trying to make sense of it all.
I want that bottle.
He's pondering. After a few moments pass, you notice that the 2 needle blights have joined both Climb and the other, and around you are the 16 twig blights, and they're all in the area watching the grave site.
I'm gonna turn to Climb, and I'm just gonna ask, is something special going on?
He gets a stick out,
Take it over here.
draws in the ground, Rebirth.
Ooh. Burfices.
I'll just continue watching.
Alright. It takes a while, in fact, nearly an hour.
And say what I want.
An hour? How convenient! I want to build my creature.
You'll get it as soon as this
Damn it.
hour's over.
Say what I wandered out there by this point.
Yeah, you can do that. You see 16 twig blights, 2 needle blights, and a Fenris and a pear tree.
And a Fenris.
And they're all in the area around the graves. And the 2 of you can make perception checks at this time.
Perception.
Yes. Yes, perception. As Ben dies.
That was a 13.
Oh.
So you still didn't see it. Okay.
His
I
eyeballs just popped out of his head.
I rolled a 1.
You were distracted by something.
Everything.
Well, actually, you think it's weird that the sunflower you thought was in a different spot earlier, but whatever.
Wait a minute, what's
For
going on?
Taurus,
over
you
there?
can actually see the dirt on one of the graves begins to shuffle around. The one with a plant growing out of it.
Dude, just call me if you need my door. The door's there for us.
Is it the one that I saw him digging before?
No, it was the one next to it.
I see. And I watch. Also, I poke him and say, hey, look.
Fenris, he has brought your attention to the grave, and you see the dirt is starting to shift. And at this,
Okay. I'm like, oh shit. And I turned to him and I'm like, yeah, they all started gathering out here, and they said, Climber here said something about rebirth. I was talking to him yesterday after I noticed this flower was coming out of this particular site, he said that the I guess one of them died before we got here, and he said not to worry because they'd be back soon. It made me a little concerned because I'm kind of afraid that the Vine guy's gonna come back since they buried him.
It's at this time that you notice it seems like something's digging its way out of the grave, and you can start to see a little twig blight begin to climb out of the ground. And when it fully stands up, it's about 3.5 feet tall. It's a bit taller than the rest of them. And you particularly notice that its feet are a different shade of wood. And it starts to stagger around as it's gaining new footing, and the others come and gather around it and climb. Eventually picks it up, lifts it in the air, and they all kind of wave their hands up in the air.
You just saw the miracle of life.
The disgusting miracle blood.
And then he
Less blood than I'm aware of.
Sure.
and then he sets this new twig blight back on the ground, and they all begin to disperse.
I tell Fenders, like, you should ask Climb how long it takes for that to happen.
You don't want to ask him, of course?
No.
Can't imagine why.
I'll follow Climb and strike up a conversation with him.
Climb seems to be headed back into the tower and towards the second story.
I'll while we're walking, I'm just gonna ask him, like, so how long does it normally take for you guys to come back? And I will hold out my empty journal, my mostly empty journal, and a pen.
With your turquoise ink?
I gave that all to you.
Oh. I thought he gave me the teal ink.
Do you want me to burn this house down?
It's not my
I could
house.
do that.
No, they'll probably get quite a bit of insurance if you do that.
Then they won't have to worry about selling it. Then they can just move.
You think it's a joke, but they would totally be down for it.
Oh, you meant this actual house. I thought you meant the tower. I'm like...
Probably
No, I'm in the actual house that we're in right now. If any of your police are listening, that was a joke.
Don't worry, Doc.
Slightly better.
He writes in the journal, the little ones come back faster.
I'm the one with the fucking fever, you bitches.
Fuck off. I'm trying to talk to this goddamn creature. Are you afraid of what's gonna happen with... What the fuck was his name? Brother Blight?
Brother Blight.
That was his name, correct?
The little ones called him Brother Blight.
Yeah. Are you afraid of what's gonna happen with the Vine Blight?
And he writes on the journal... Evo with a question mark.
Evo? What? I don't know what that means.
Your mother.
Can I roll to see if I understand what that means? Because
What do you write?
He wrote
Evo?
Evo with a question mark. It's not really a role associated to it. It's
Like
what you think it
EVO?
is. EVO.
Like the Super NES game?
Sure.
Probably the only one here who's played that.
I'll just ask him, do you think he'll try to take control of you guys again?
He writes no.
Do I know why he took control of him in the first place?
That is a valid question.
How do he know? He shakes his... the question was again, what was it? The one you just asked.
I mean, I honestly wasn't going to ask what...
Oh,
She
if
said.
he knew why he took control of him in the first place?
Did you ask that or not?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't going to.
There would be no response.
Sorry. It's not my fucking character. You can't fucking decide what I do.
I don't give a fuck what you do. Clearly you're more up to making the worst decision possible, so go ahead and do nothing.
Have you not been paying attention? Have you not listened back to this? I always make bad decisions.
It's an axolotl dragon. How cute is that
I'm
shit?
actually going to ask him, would you mind if we stopped him from coming back.
Sorry, that
Shakes
was
his
my
head
bad.
yes.
Okay. I don't have anything else to ask him.
He eventually makes his way back into the lab where Skull is at.
I'm
We're at
gonna-
the beginning of a new hour.
Okay, I'm gonna walk back towards Retoris.
I'm gonna make my super cute little homunculi.
Alright.
Oh,
Your check.
14.
Not high enough. It,
I started it though.
you were close. You probably have a torso and legs as they are some of the bigger parts, but
Yeah, I'm gonna flat out say if it looks like it's not going well, I'm not gonna finish it knowing it's not put together correctly. I'm just gonna slow down production.
it looks like it's not. This hour hasn't been very productive.
Okay, that's fine.
So, Retoris and Fenris, what are you doing during this hour?
Well, I'm
Fenris
gonna.
is headed back to Retoris.
Yeah, as I approach him, I'm like, so. I
Oh,
talked.
dude, you know what I just realized with how small they are? They're basically little sugar gliders. Cute. So cute.
So, while I was talking to Climb, I asked him if he had any concerns about the Vine guy coming back, because pretty sure he's going to. And he just wrote this in my journal, and I'm gonna show him the EVO question mark.
Okay.
I rolled to comprehend.
Okay.
Probably not going to be good. What was I rolling for?
Alan.
Arcana? That'd be 9.
No, it wouldn't be Arcana.
I don't know what it means. I asked him if he would mind if we stopped him from coming back, and he said yes. So I don't think we should dig him back up or anything, but we should be aware that he's probably going to come back. He did say that the little ones tend to come back faster, so we probably have a while before he comes back. And I mean, we should be able to see like the flower and stuff, I guess. But I'm really concerned about what's gonna happen if we have to fight this guy again. I don't want to have to hurt any more of these blights.
Ben.
Got a problem with it?
I mean, the good news is they come back, so like they're not gonna be dead forever.
Just a while.
Yeah, just a few days, no big deal. When I talked to him yesterday, I asked him if they come back the same, and he said mostly. So I don't know if they'll have any memories or anything, or if they'll just kind
You're
of,
just gonna have one in particular that hates Ben.
or like what that really means.
Where
But
were the two of you at when you had this conversation?
I assume you were still by the graves, or in the garden at least.
Your perception.
Both of us, or just
Yeah, both of you.
That's 19.
I got an 18.
At this point, you notice a Twig Blight jump from the second story window. He lands on the ground with a thud. You also notice that this particular one has oddly colored wooden legs.
It's the one that just revived?
Yeah.
It just murdered itself. That's pretty great.
It's still alive.
Like, does he seem hurt at all?
He kind of gets up, stretching out his new legs. Kind of waves his arms in the air. Seems fine.
I wanna walk up to him and introduce myself. I'm like, hey,
Hey, little buddy.
hi, we are adventurers. We
Who have
came
conquered your
here.
tower. We own you now.
We came here looking for Bashir, who used to run this tower, but we haven't been able to find him, so we've been staying here. What's your name?
He writes in the dirt, jump.
Cute. So cute.
That is adorable. Nice to meet you, Jump. Do you help out in the garden or around the
Shakes his
tower?
head no.
Do you help out cleaning the tower or anything?
He kind of just jumps up in the air a bit.
Do you know why you were buried?
He points up to the tower, and from the angle you could presume the third story window.
Oh.
This dumbass killed himself jumping from the fucking third story window.
That's why his feet are a different color. He had to grow them back. The one you dissect, it's going to be all kinds of fucked up.
He's gonna have a whole light color going across his chest. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
I don't think you're the one who gets to decide that.
He'll be fine.
So I don't know what questions to ask. Do you know
Kind of
anything?
starts hopping through the yard.
I ask him if he has any memories of before he, any other memories before he was buried.
He nods, said yes.
Do you remember Bouchier?
Yes.
Do you know where he went?
No.
I'm guessing you were buried then?
Shrugs.
I don't know if any of them know where he went. They don't seem to really have much knowledge of what happened with him.
I was just thinking maybe this one because he was like outside of that sphere influence of the brother.
Sure. Actually, I'm gonna ask him if he remembers Brother Blight.
Where is Brother Blight?
He nods yes and hops off to find him.
He's just going to come back
Okay.
with one random Blight or another.
He goes off into the woods, finds another one, brings it back.
Brother Blight.
I mean,
That one's actually evil wild one.
at this point, I'm just gonna leave him be. I don't have any more questions. Do you have anything else to ask him?
How high can you jump?
Ooh.
Building up some leg muscle. He's probably easily jump like he's hopping like 2 feet in the air.
Oh.
Pretty good. Okay, run along.
Well, he's not really running, but he is
Hopping along.
somewhere.
Hop along.
Hop along, little brother.
Oh, what an old fucking reference.
What were you wanting to do with the rest of this hour?
Resume crying.
Eternal sorrow. Got it.
I want to examine the graves for the rest of the time.
Okay. You don't see any plants growing like the first one. But
Anybody want coffee?
Nope.
no thanks.
Yes.
Make your own.
It
Thanks,
was all a
buddy.
trick. We'll go for about 3 more hours in this day.
I'm gonna make things. I try to make my homunculi. Oh. Ooh. 21. Oops.
You are able to successfully craft it this time.
Woo!
You now have 3 miniature toys.
How old
What's
is
the
Monkey?
homunculus do?
It's also got 4 legs and a wing. So it would essentially act the same way, but the noise it makes would be different sound. I don't really know what these things would sound like.
How well does it get along with the other ones?
Is it
They're like wind up toys. They can only stay in motion for a few seconds.
Oh.
is it metal as well, or what
Yeah.
material is it
It's all
made
made of
of?
It's all
metal.
scrap. I got it out of the storage center.
That's
If she wants them to be certain colors, she'll have to take time painting them.
I will. Can I make for the extra 2 hours?
I can make you some ink.
I don't know that. I would like to make another black and red one as well.
Alright, go ahead and make your rolls for both of those, and that'll be Skulls Day.
Oh. 13.
You basically got to beat a 15.
Oh, I
Make
gotta beat a
one.
15. Well, I rolled a 14. So,
Was that with
21.
Okay. So you get to make one
Wait.
of those 2.
20 even.
You'll get to make one more.
Okay, I'll make another red then.
Just go ahead and keep track of your inventory, what you have. What do you 2 want to do for your remaining 3 hours?
At some point, I do want to, go to him and say, point to the ink, but, point to something red.
would be red in the immediate.
So, do I notice anything specific with the graves, though, while I'm examining them for an hour?
I mean, one is small, and the other two are a bit bigger, as they fit in more humanoid type creatures.
Okay, cool.
Throughout history, red has been the most difficult color to replicate. So red would be very hard. You can get orange from rust really easily. But red
Cut your mouth shut, you know.
No.
I mean, I already told Finriz that the alchemy lab contains the things you need to make any color you want.
True.
You just have to make something.
So, after I examine the graves for an hour, I'll just kind of wander around the garden and look for other plants that I've read about in my book that I found. Thanks to these damn lights. Put it on.
You can easily find catnip as the cat is actually spending its time in this area.
Cat's getting high as fuck.
I pet the cat.
That'll be
Good cat.
one of the 3 things you get.
This cat knows where it's at.
You also find
you.
kind of a small little cavern-like area where some mushrooms are growing.
Ooh.
And you find a true morale.
I need one.
Is that an edible one?
Morale sour.
I'm just making sure before you just...
I wouldn't eat it raw, but you can.
Well, what would be the side effects of eating it raw? I don't know, I'll just roll a constitution check.
I'm not gonna check what I add to that because I rolled a 1.
It does not sit right in your stomach and you start vomiting it out.
Cool. I don't like these mushrooms.
I don't think so.
And lastly, you find a flower known as a snapdragon.
Cool.
Taurus, what are you doing with your 3 hours?
I decided to carefully investigate the misty thing that you talked about in the woods.
You're gonna go into the woods on your own.
I will tell them where I'm going.
Okay. Taurus heads off to the woods.
It's probably not a good idea.
As I said, I know what you didn't know at the time, and I'm going to be careful.
Oh.
Go ahead and roll your survival to see what you find.
You gonna pet too?
That's a 15.
Okay, first let's find out if something happens during the first hour. Are you planning, if nothing happened after the first hour, would you continue going?
I'll probably continue for 1 more hour and then go back.
Nothing happened after the first 2 hours. You can hear the sounds of wildlife, but no unusual creatures or fog. Do you continue into your 3rd and final hour of the day?
I suppose.
Alright. And once again, you're not finding any fog, you're not finding any shadow creatures, you're not finding a cyclops. It's just, you're not seeming to find what Finrez described he found.
I head back disappointed.
Alright. It is nearing the end of the day for all 3 of you. And I assume you're all taking your normal...
It's so nice for someone that sounds so grumpy.
I assume you're all taking your normal sleeping locations.
I'm gonna take the same precautions as the night before and tie myself up to the bed.
I'm just gonna throw it out. I don't feel like 24 hours went by. Wait, no, 12 would be probably
I went 8.
8?
Do you honestly want me... Do you really want to go every single hour of every single day?
No, I just wanted to get 2 constructs, little toys made today.
Didn't you make 2?
I'm gonna make 2. Or
So
I
you're up to
2.
like 4.
Yeah, I just wanted 2 little dragons that I could sell, and I wanted to paint them. That's all I really wanted to accomplish today. It's just mainly making that blueprint that took so much time.
Painting's going to take its own time, and I don't know if
That's
you took
fine.
the painter's thing as well.
Painter's kit, yes.
Then
Did you?
will
That's
need
why I was trying to get the
find
ink from him.
Painter's supplies.
Yep.
Which you can get in town, which you're going to tomorrow.
I got him. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Boom.
Started with him?
He's
Yeah.
got a calligraphy set, which
The
would
calligraphy
be like
painting
brushes
set.
and shit like that.
I was trying to get ink with him because I was trying to stain the metal rather than actually paint it.
Alright, so.
Did that work?
Did you give it to me?
I don't know. Did
I asked for red. Did you do it?
Did I fucking understand?
He kind of spent his time exploring.
Yeah,
the
you literally, I made a request, you walked off and did your own thing. Wow, asshole.
And since he kind of went randomly, the closest thing he found was a pink flower called a snapdragon.
They're just going to be unpainted for now.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. Considering you don't fucking use words, it's hard to tell what the hell you want.
I'm sorry, Mr. gets really upset over the difference between teal and turquoise. I pointed to fucking red. Just saying.
Fun bonding times. So,
Couldn't figure it out.
unless any of you are doing something differently in your night
Trukud?
rituals,
Brugen?
I rolled a 10.
as he continues to tie himself to his bed.
You're not gonna get me tonight.
I mean, I at least ain't gonna be a fucking mile away.
In a forest that apparently has a fucking cyclops.
Yeah, that freaks
So,
me out.
You sleep through the night.
Cool.
And the morning comes. You're in your bed this time, Finriz.
Nice.
Guess you didn't roll over in your sleep.
I hug my pillow.
What are the day's plans?
Prepare for our journey to town.
Word. I'm gonna bring my little shoddy contracts, the two recently made dragons.
The two dragons or the dragon and the homunculus?
Just the two new dragons.
So that's one red, one black. Okay.
I want to look through the garden real quick and see if I see anything that I recognize would be worth some money. So that we could take some shit to town to sell, because I'm broke as fuck.
You could always go gambling again.
That sounds like a great idea.
I have literally zero money.
You can make it back.
Zero. I would like to have some to start with
Let's see here.
before I fucking gamble on zero fucking money.
Well, there are the plants you already know of, or you can spend time trying to inspect a new one. But it seems the rest of your party is ready to go.
What's the name of the town again?
I have hope.
I go out to the shed and think, as is Shiapo.
You
cheeky.
Yeah, and open the door.
cheeky fuck you.
No, it's prize materials.
It was gonna say, it really
It's
would be
tunnel.
convenient though.
It's a really long tunnel.
I'm gonna grab some of those berries for the ink, though, before we head out. That's all I'm gonna grab.
Make an Arcana check. See if the door can complete your command.
Sneered. Okay.
So we're gonna see if the door can complete your command.
Coming out. That's 6 total.
6 total. Yeah, it opens to a quiet space. It wasn't able to register it.
Had I gotten the 20.
Well, just about anything can happen on a 20. But perhaps if you ask someone else to try, they could have a go.
Alright, I'll go to Fenris and ask him to try the same thing.
As I'm gathering berries.
Yes.
How long, like, we're getting ready to go and they're trying to figure out stuff. If he's doing something in the meantime, can I fine-tune my homunculus blueprints a little bit so they're a little bit better?
Yeah, you're all taking an hour to prepare
Okay.
for town, so go ahead and try.
Yeah, I'm just gonna clean them up because I had the most trouble with that one. Because I didn't make it while I was, blacked out.
So what am I trying?
Getting worse.
9. I wanted to improve it, but I couldn't really find too much to improve upon.
That's good.
Yeah. You said you were collecting berries. What was it? And Retorus has asked you a request.
Stop!
Kill me.
Okay.
I can give you another potion. It might work.
So what was your request, though?
I said I think maybe we could try thinking outside the box with this shed. I think it just didn't quite work out for me because I don't know, it was a strategy or something like that.
Okay.
You abused it, is what you did.
What did you have in mind?
Well, I thought maybe if we thought passage to IAPO or safe means to IAPO or something like that, maybe that would get us there.
That's a really good idea. I go try it.
All right. Thoughts into your mind. Roll in Arcana.